What's up, Scott? How's it going? Let me make sure you guys can hear. I want you guys to hear the music just slightly. There we go. I think you can hear it just barely. Turn it down just a little bit. There we go. What's up, Wayne? Wayne back in his house. You guys, today was weird. Look at the update that they just did. And look what happened to Market Net Flow after they updated it. Okay, let me see when I would have gotten into this call. It was at 7:20. It's like right here. 10:16. Yeah, like right around this area. And puts were, or calls were... Ooh, I probably would have gotten shaken out just because... See how puts came up like that? We still would have had a green trade though. Even if I would have gotten shaken out right here because of puts coming up, we still would have been green because I would have entered like around here. If I'm looking at the chart right, when I would have entered, it was around 10:20 Eastern. So like right here in this area. So 10:20. Yeah, calls. Yeah, I still would have entered right there. And then I would have seen puts come up, and I probably would have gotten out around. So would have rode it up here. It would have came down a little bit here. Yeah, I probably would have gotten out around here when puts came up. So still, that was a $1.5 move. That still would have printed at least 20%, 25%. Just that little trade right there. But if we would have ridden it all the way up, then that's a different story. But since they updated this, I feel like this would have been, I would have gotten shaken out when puts were about, when here, we're here. Sorry, I can't speak. So Market Net Flow is updated, yeah. So what they did, I'll show you. So if we go here, let me throw Twitter right here. We'll go to Tradietics. They have a new tweet, so we'll see what's going on there. So this is their update. It says, update, I realize I cannot reach 50,000 users and tell them to ignore spikes. I feel bad when something is fully working, but most people don't know what data to skip. From now on, spikes and net flows will be automatically removed. So I can show you what Market Net Flow looked like before this happened. Oh yeah, they said now here's that stupid Market Net Flow today without those stupid spikes. Yeah, it worked perfectly. Oh, I like this. So it says instead of, so those huge spike ups, I'll show you guys what happened today and what got me to stay out of calls today. Because I was going to get in calls, but there was a huge spike in premiums. I'll show you exactly what happened. But it says I'll do another iteration where we smooth it out, but for right now removed. Okay, I'll do like that. Okay. So they're going to fix it. These guys are awesome, man. I freaking love this tool. Okay, I'll look at their other tweets later. Anyways, so let's look at Market Net Flow earlier, which kept me out of getting into calls early on in the day, about 30 minutes after open. Let me see if I can find a screenshot. Here it is. Okay, let me take a screenshot of this. Okay, this was Market Net Flow before they updated it. So it did look like this, but now it looks like this, which you can see clearly there's a huge divergence in bulls to bears. this is where I got shaken out. See this huge spike in premiums and puts? It's because Apple came out with like a $7 million put, and I was about to get calls. See where it ripped up in the morning? This white line SPY, by the way, if you guys didn't know. This white line SPY, we ripped up, we came down perfect little pullback here to get into calls. Since calls were way up, see how up they were? I was ready to get into calls right here. And then immediately puts started to come up like really quick. And it wasn't just Apple, it was a couple other ones that made the premium spike up $1 million or $2 million. But this one spiked up literally from about net negative $5 million to positive $5 million. So about $10 million mixed in with that Apple put with others. But yeah, these huge spike ups, it shook me out of the trade today. But if we go back to, I'm going to keep that just in case. I'm going to keep that screenshot. Wait, hold on. I hear something in the background. Sorry. But yeah, if we would have just seen this chart, I would have probably gotten shaken out with puts coming up like this close, but I still would have gotten into the trade and still would have made money. Especially with convergence here, I would have been super confident in that. Anyways, you win some, you lose some, right? Didn't lose today, but we also didn't win on a trade, so I guess count your blessings that we didn't go red. Sorry if I'm ignoring chat here. They're gonna fix it. Yeah, Wayne, did you hear anything I said? And with this flow right now, I probably would have gotten into another trade, honestly. With puts falling down like this and calls staying, I probably would have gotten in on a pullback like right here. That would have been also a really, really decent trade. Convergence was just green all day long too. It's freaking crazy. Okay, let's see what they... Freaking nice, bro. Literally perfect. This right here, the 390 support here on the gamma levels, is where we would have gotten in too. Makes me so upset, but what can you do? Man, oh man, and SPY is just ripping. I had it charted too, just so you guys know. Check this out. I had the bull flag charted and I would have entered right here. See this? I had a bull flag already drawn. I had the trend line too. We had a strong green candle here and it just ripped right past it. And that's where I would have entered. Golly. It's okay. It's been following this 15 EMA really well today. See that? Boom, boom. Also came back down and tested this resistance and support now, but it was resistance. See that? Let me go back to where I drew that line. Yeah, see how it was hovering around this area? 395. Bounced several times. Here, and then here a little bit. Back here too. Here. 395, baby. Alright, we should be going to 400 now. Look at that flow. That is so pretty. Tell us what you wanted to talk about. Yeah, so Wicked. So if we go back to Friday, when was that? When was those days that I swung puts? I didn't swing last weekend, but it was the weekend before that, right? When did I do that? It wasn't that Friday. Yeah, it wasn't last Friday. It was the Friday before that, correct? Yeah, this one. So look at the premiums here on NetFlow. You can see that clearly there's a huge divergence from puts to calls here, and this is where I swung. And if you go back to the DEX chart, what day was this? The 26th? Was it really that long ago? Man, it's been that went by so fast. So if we look at the DEX, I swung puts that day because flow was so bearish. And we just kept going. And the DEX bar was massive on that day from what I recall. Let me see. And this compares to what happened yesterday, so don't worry. This will all head back to... Ooh, we got a decent green bar now, bigger than yesterday. Let's go to the 26th. This is it right here. So this is where I swung puts, because look how big this DEX bar was. This was from Friday's flow. So this flow compared to this DEX bar made me swing puts on this day over the weekend on the 26th. So I swung those, and compare that to yesterday. If we go to, what was yesterday's date? The 6th? 6th. So it wasn't as drastic as that one from the put side, but contrary, it's exactly the same, just the bull case scenario. You can see that calls were way above puts, about $17 million, say 17 in net positive, or 17 divergence there. And I should have taken into account the DEX there. It's just something that I'm going to learn and do better on, is for swings at least, and going into the next day. I figured that today was going to be bullish just because of the premiums yesterday, but it didn't click in my head that I should have swung calls. Probably because that Friday it was super bearish. The premiums were like really wide, right? It was like, what was it, $30 million? Let me go back and look. Oh, it was even more. So the divergence here was about $45 million. So yeah. Yeah, 35 plus 10 is 35, or 45, sorry. So this divergence is about $45 million, when yesterday it wasn't that big. It was 17. But still, I feel like that's a pretty decent divergence in order to swing plays. Does that make sense to you guys? If it doesn't make sense, please let me know. But it makes sense in my head. I'm trying to like get my point across. But what I learned basically is to take into account the DEX more into swing trades and the divergences and premiums from the day before, right? So this was the flow yesterday. I should have taken that into account with today's, because obviously price action didn't really it did sort of, like were we red yesterday? Let me refresh this real quick and then see if we were red yesterday. Oh, we were red just slightly, right? Or no? Oh my gosh, we might have been no, we were red just barely. Okay, and now I don't even remember why I needed to know that information. What was I talking about? Oh, premiums to price action. So you can see that we were kind of just red, but premiums were green yesterday, right? Why does this keep switching back? Stop. So you can see that premiums were bullish, but we were kind of just flatlining here, and then also we were just a tad red yesterday. So I also should have taken into account that today would have been bullish just because of yesterday's flow. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but that's just something I learned that I need to do better on. And if you guys see it, honestly, let me know if you see something like that. It's always good to go into the Discord and talk about that stuff, right? So like today might be another good day to swing calls, right? Because premiums are pretty high, about 15 million to negative 3 million. It's not as big as yesterday's. It's about the same as yesterday's, right? The divergence at least. Call premiums are higher. So this is a new update, guys. So I don't know how accurate this is, because they took away the pumps of the flow, which I don't know. That could affect it. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's all very new, so you have to be careful, right, when they do new updates like that. But as of right now, the premiums are 15 to negative 3 million inputs, so about 18 million divergence, and then the DEX bar is greener than yesterday. Yeah, just a little bit more green. We'll look at it. We'll keep an eye on it. Gotta make sure to refresh it because it doesn't auto refresh, I don't think. Yeah. Anyways, that's just my mind. I'm sorry if I just kept blabbering on and that didn't make any sense. I hope it did. But please ask some questions if it doesn't make sense to you guys, alright? SPY's struggling a little bit, but that's okay, man. Like, we've been ripping all day. I expect the pullback here, honestly. We can't just go straight up. We'll find some zones, right? We'll find some zones on where it might come back down to. Honestly, I might think it might come back down to the 395 level. I'd say that's a pretty decent pullback, and that's if calls are still up, I feel like that would be a good entry point, 395. We'll see if we come back down. Who knows? I never know what the market's really going to do, but that would be a decent pullback in my eyes to hop into some calls. It's really good support now. We've had these nasty swings, man. Also, look at the AI support and resistances too. Those are really interesting to look at. Oh, why is it not drying? There we go. Yeah, so we have 396 for support, but I feel like I want to see 395 first. That is kind of low, but I mean, you guys know me. I'm not going to get into calls chasing when it's just straight up like this. Like, look at this. It's just straight up, bro. When was that day that it just ripped like crazy? It was the first? What was the day that I got back from? What day was that? It was Thursday of last week, so a week ago. Oh yeah, the first. Yeah, this day. Let me look at that flow actually. Yeah, that flow was really good too. Look at that. Flow was strong. But who knows? We could keep going higher, which we are right now. We just hit high a day again. Let's see. And we're just, the convergence is just hella green. Coming down a little bit though. Ideally, if I were to get into a call, I'd want to see this turn gray and then turn back green again. Because you need those pullbacks. You'd never want to get into freaking straight up stuff. No matter what. No matter how good the flow is. It's just going straight up. You guys are just sitting here, no comments, nothing. I just talked for like a good 15 minutes, and you guys just no comment. uh, oh my goodness. Okay, put premium is still going down and calls are going up. I want to see a decent pullback so I can get in. ER play? Get out of here, Wickeds, with that bullshit. ER. What freaking ER is there even that's even good? Nothing. Neo was this morning. How did Neo do? I didn't even see the report. Oh, they're up. Oh, they're up. Holy mama. Okay, so those played out very well, right? Those. Oh, it tanked pre-market. Look at that. Earnings scared the living bejesus out of people. So it was up. It's literally flat, man. It's literally up only 50 cents from yesterday. It was up a lot during the morning. Yeah, the thing is though, Wickeds, I don't know if they fixed it though. Like, yeah, it would have worked today, but like, what if that affects other days? Remember how good it was working before? Like the last month, I feel like it's been so good, and then they just changed something. What if that messes it up? That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because we've been super consistent with it, right? Like we've been hitting plays left and right. It's only been just today basically where it hasn't really worked out too well, and it was just because of that pump. So I just hope that it doesn't affect later on. I'm going to be curious to see what happens. Swinging some SPY calls, Scott. Honestly, it looks very good, but remember what I said earlier. I don't want to get in at high of the day, so I'm probably, if I were to swing, I'd probably pick some calls up at open instead, just to give, because there probably will be a pullback. I actually know that there will be a pullback. So it's just depending on if we get it right now during power hour, the pullback, or if it's going to happen after hours during futures trading. So that's why I'm going to wait until probably tomorrow morning. I'll probably just do the DEX strategy tomorrow and just try it out and see what happens. Since they changed up the market net flow today, I feel like I want to just watch for a little bit to see what happens with that update that they made before I go too heavy into market net flow stuff, you know? But, yeah, look at that. Calls going straight up, bro. This is looking really, really good. And I don't like getting at high of the day. That's the only problem I have. It looks really good in the flow with the update, but I don't get in at high of the day. And currently we are at the high of the day with no sign of any pullbacks. Ideally, you want to see a decent pullback. Instead of just going straight up, I'll show you. See how we're following a trend, right? We're following this 15 EMA. You can see it better on my Webull chart. I'll show you on my Webull chart. You can see we're following this trend here. Let me change this a little bit. It's basically the same thing though. We're following this really nice trend from pre-market. 1, 2, 3, 4 it hit. But it's really, really holding this 15 EMA very well. So ideally, what I think is going to happen is we're going to have a nice pullback. I don't know if it's going to happen during power hour here. Flow is super strong, so we could just keep continuing up, honestly. But, yeah, ideally I want to see like a pullback. I don't have a paintbrush tool here. Drawings. I don't know if I can draw on here. Anyways, I feel like we're going to have a pullback below this 15 EMA. Probably back down to VWAP to around 35. So I feel like VWAP's going to come back up. See how it's at 394 here? VWAP should come back up and support this 395 level. I feel like is where we're going to bounce off of, like around here. I'll draw that line. So yeah. And that'll probably be VWAP eventually down the road. I feel like that 395 level will support VWAP. we're still gonna go up, bro. Holy moly. We're still going up. Green across the board though. Look at this. Target's up 4.5%. Neo's up 2.8. Apple's up 1.5% almost. Bed Bath & Beyond is up 12%. But look at that. It's at 786. Yeesh. Ouch. Really, really good day for Tesla. 3.5%. Anyways, that's just my thought process. I'm not going to get into calls no matter what. Even when flow's looking really good like this. You want to see pullbacks. Let me take a screenshot of DEX for everyone in the chat. Okay, so we have kind of like a... So this is called a hammer candle. Oops. Why is this not dragging like I want it to? There we go. So this is like a 5-minute candle, so it's not as... So if this one closes red, if this hammer candle closes red here, I feel like that would be the start of the pullback. Dude, call premiums are ripping right now. So maybe we won't even get that drastic of a pullback, but yeah, like VWAP's coming up. I want to see a nice pullback. Oh wait, I was showing you guys my chart and you guys couldn't even see it. This is what I mean here. Oh, look here. Here we go. Come on. See, if we would have entered calls there, we would have gotten wrecked already. Look, we're already down like 50 cents. I want to see a break of the 15 EMA and head back down to VWAP. We'll see what happens. Let me take a screenshot of DEX for everyone. Refresh this. Let me tweet this. Billionaire. Here we go. Come on. Come back down, baby. Let's see it. Oh, yeah. Come on. Puts are coming down, and we want price action to go down too. This is really, really prime. Once we see pullbacks like this and there's a huge divergence, excellent time to get in on dips. We're almost down $1 from the highs. Did it die? Did it die? Let me share this stream real quick again. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Come on, Spy. Come on down to Papa. Oh, brother. Okay, Spy's coming down now, guys. Come on, coming down. Come on down. Ravi. I told you to swing calls. I forgot what you said, bro. What's up, boy? Market Netflix has been super brutal lately. Usually I get into really nice trades based off of market net flow, but It has. They just updated this, so it's kind of messed up. It's working really good right now. The calls are up 100%. Yeah, if I would have gotten calls at open when you missed my whole explanation though, Ravi. If I would have gotten into calls earlier in the day when I was gonna get into calls 30 minutes after open, but market net flow was acting really, really fidgety, and they just updated it though. But if I would have gotten into those, they'd be up. Let's see, I'll tell you exactly, because I was gonna get into them at about $80. It was just under $80, but we'll just round up to 80, just to make it easier. So I was gonna get the September 9th calls for 400 strike, and they were 80 at the time. They are at, oh, that's pain. They're at $210 right now. So what is that? 80. That's 250%. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he just fixed it. So I'm just a little bit worried about what's that gonna do for the next days, because it's been working pretty good without that update. It was only kind of messed up today, I feel like. So yeah, I'll show you right here. I already went over it, but the only reason why I didn't get into this was because of that premium. So I'll show you. I have a screenshot. So this is the screenshot before the fix. So I was going to get into calls. Here's the bull flag that I drew right here. I'll show you. So this is the bull flag right here. The same thing right here. I was going to get in right off the bounce of the trend line. When I saw this green candle, I was like, all right, this is going to break VWAP, because there was volume, right, with it right here. Lots of volume. And since this Apple put came out and it just rocketed everything, it kept me out of the trade. So yeah, I was going to go pretty heavy too. So those contracts are up 250% currently, which is just a little bit of pain, but you know, what can you do when market net flow is super weird today? Oh gosh, is SPY mooning right now? Oh wow, SPY is mooning. Should have made big money today. Yeah, if that Apple spike didn't happen, I would have made big old money. It's okay though. There's always tomorrow. This big spike up though is worrying me just a tad. Just a little bit. This needs to go back up here. Ideally, I want to see... Dude, this song is freaking garbage. Hold on. What the crap is this? Yeah, I want to see a pullback. This is crazy. Straight up. Tomorrow's another day. Yeah, you live and learn. I should have followed the 7-day expiration flow, but that's okay. We've been doing freaking good. Like the past month or two, we've been killing it in the Discord and everything. That is okay. It's been super, I'm not complaining at all. Like the past 2 days, I lost a little bit yesterday, but I didn't get into anything today. So, yeah. No complaints here. Paper trading some SPY calls, and I wish I would have entered. Scott, you're just like the dude Johnny in the Discord. He does watch lists. I don't know how you do that on Robinhood because I don't use Robinhood, but there's a way you can watch contracts on Robinhood, and he always just watches them, and it just goes like crazy. He always wishes he entered them. Okay, calls are kind of just staying at 15 here, which is good. I really, 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 really want to see a decent pullback. I don't want it to just keep going straight up. Let's see what Traditix is. Dex monthly contracts up about 50. Dang, bro. Yeah, Dex has been ripping the past week. I think it's been pretty accurate. Like, if you pair it with market net flow, it's been freaking green for you the past 7 days. Dex has pretty solid green bar today. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than yesterday's. Yeah, when does Powell speak, Ravi? I didn't see it anywhere, but maybe I should check real quick because I was going to do that. But let me see when. Because I don't think it's that. Is it like a pretty important event? I don't know. Tomorrow. Let's filter all this crap out. Clear all. We just want US. And then 2, 3 stars. Oh, jobless claims are tomorrow. Oh, okay. He speaks at 9:10. 9:10. That's early. Wait, Mountain Time. Hold on. Let's change it to my time. Wait, I just saw it. Where'd it go? Where's Pacific Time? There it is. Okay, he's speaking at 6 a.m. Okay. So he's speaking way early. He's speaking 20 minutes before open. Oh, is this the interest rate hike speech? How did I blow this over? I didn't even know that this was happening. Why is he speaking so early? Speaking at 9 a.m. Eastern. I've never heard of him speaking so early before. High volatility expected. Yeah, man. Good solid trend. Let's see what the volatility is expected for tomorrow. I think I need to look at the options summary. Yeah. There it is. Okay, so not as big as today's, but that's okay. It's still about 1% change. It was expected to move 1.2% today, which we got that. We're up near 2%, so this one is 1%. Let's check that Dex bar since it's 12:30 or 3:30, wherever you are. Remove that. Okay, yeah, decent one. Did this? I think this Dex bar worked half the day, right? So if you would have swung calls, this one would have been a good one. If you would have closed midday, and all these other ones were good too. This one was very good. So we'll see. I want to see a good pullback though to like 395. Leaving the office, headed home. Scott, bro, thank you for tuning in. If you're leaving, I appreciate you. There we go. I really want SPY to pull back so I can get into some calls. I probably won't get into any today, but I mean, like overnight, I want it to pull back to like 395-ish in futures. Dex worked until noon that day, yeah. From what I remember, I think NetFlow helped us get out of that Dex in the green. Yeah, I'm not going to swing anything, Scott, just because of this right here. We have Fed Chair Powell speaking before market opens tomorrow. So if I'm going to be playing Dex, which I probably will be getting some calls at open just based off of Dex, and depending on what Fed Powell says tomorrow, two things. I'm going to be watching after hours futures trading, see if we get a decent pullback, which we're pulling back a little bit now. And then two, I got to wait till Fed speaks, so I'm not going to be swinging anything. I'm glad Ravi came in here and reminded me of that. I knew he was. People were mentioning it. But I did not know he was speaking before market either. So, yeah. No swings for me. If anything, calls it open tomorrow. Now let's check out these freaking iPhones, bro. I didn't get to look at, or I didn't get to watch the last part of the Apple event. Looks like they're keeping the same price, right? Wasn't it always $1099 base model for Pro? Oh wait, how much is the Pro? Oh, Pro Max. Yeah, Pro Max. Oh, they got a purple one. Interesting. I'm definitely picking one up, so. Come on, Spy. Just do your thing. Pull back a little bit, bro. Ravi. This kind of events always have me screwed up. Yeah, the Apple event screwed me up today, which I'm not going to get mad about that. because market net flow has been doing really good. I would have missed a really good trade, but I'm not going to complain about it. We'll just move on. And I did lose because of market net flow yesterday, but we're not going to say anything. Learn the hard way, yeah. There we go, Spy. Let's see it. Come back down to Bapa. Come down. We're down about $1. I need to pee real quick, guys. Like, really bad. So I will be right back. We're sitting at... I'll let you guys just watch the chart here so you guys don't have to go back. We're about to retest this 15 EMA. Ideally, I want to see a break of that. I'll be right back. Here we go. Let's see if we get a nice pullback here. Should keep going down. We are at a nice support level though, just from intraday. So we got to be mindful of that. 397.70. Which is pretty much the 15 EMA. Let's take a look at flow. Coming down and puts are coming up just slightly. Yep, this is where I feel like we're gonna get a nice pullback. Calls are coming down, puts are coming up just barely, but more calls are coming down here, and then also we have the gray convergence. So let's see if we can get a break of that 15 EMA. For now, it's holding. It's been following this 15 EMA very well today. Like 3 or 4 bounces off that. Once it broke above it, kind of, I guess you could count that one. 1, 2, 3. This one, it kind of came back down below. 4, 5, 6. It's testing the 7th right now. Look at that. Let's see. What's flow looking like? Yep, gray. Gray's coming down, and that one was strong.